First Bible presents The Rebellion of the Israelites. The Israelites had left Hazeroth and camped in the desert of Paran. There, God spoke to Moses. I want you to send some of your men to explore the land of Canaan, the land that I will give to the Israelites. You will choose a leader from each tribe to represent it. Tell them to see what kind of land it is, and find out what the people who live there are like.
Okay.
Moses did as God commanded. He sought out 12 leaders from each tribe to explore the land, including Joshua from the tribe of Ephraim, and Caleb from the tribe of Judah. Moses said to them, "Go up the Negev until you reach the mountain. Go as spies to explore the land of Canaan. Look at its inhabitants and its warriors, to discover if there are many or if there are few. Examine the terrain to see if the cities are open or have walls. Find out if the land is good or bad, and if it has trees, bring some fruits from the country." And the 12 spies set out for Canaan. After 40 days, the 12 men returned from exploring that land. Moses, Aaron, and the entire Israelite community gathered eagerly to find out what Canaan was like. The spies reported to all of them and showed them the fruits of the land. Joshua and Caleb said, "Yes, you should all see land. It is so beautiful, with many big trees and hills. There are flowers everywhere, and the harvests are good and abundant. It really is, as God promised, a land of milk and honey." Yes, there is only one problem," said one of the spies. "The people who live there are powerful and have very good warriors. The cities are huge and fortified. We even saw giant men, the Amalekites, Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites, all live near there. It's true, there are too many enemies." Caleb made the people quiet down before Moses, and he said, "Let's go conquer the land. I am sure we can do it. God will help us." But the others responded, "We cannot fight those people. They are stronger than us." The other spies disagreed with Joshua and Caleb. They did not trust that God would help them win the battle. So they began to spread false rumors among the Israelites about the land they had explored. The Israelites believed those men, instead of believing God's promises, and the entire Israelite community began to scream and cry in their murmurings against Moses and Aaron. The community said, "How we wish we could have died in Egypt!
We'd be better off than dying in this desert.
Why has God brought us to this earth? To be slain to death while our wives and children become spoils of war? Wouldn't it be better if we went back to Egypt?" And others said to each other, "Let's choose a new leader who will take us to Egypt."
Me.
Then Moses and Aaron fell to their knees before the entire Israelite community. Joshua and Caleb tore their clothes as a sign of mourning and told the community, "The land we explored is unbelievably good. If God is pleased with us, He will allow us to enter it. He is going to give us a land where milk and honey abound. So do not rebel against God, and do not be afraid of the people who live in that land. God is on our side. Do not be afraid." But the whole community talked about stoning them. So the glory of God was manifested in the tabernacle in front of all of the Israelites.
Oh my God.
Hey!
Then God told Moses, long will these people continue to belittle me? How long will they keep doubting me, despite all the wonders I've created among them? I will hurt them all, and from you, Moses, I will make a people greater and stronger than this. Moses begged God. Oh God Almighty, the Egyptians know your power well from when you freed these people. Not only did they see how you freed them, but they also know, my Lord, that you are in the midst of all of them. So, if you hurt these people, the nations that have heard of your fame will say, the Lord was not able to take these people to the land that he promised to give them, and ended up killing them in the desert. So now, God, I beg you to let your power be felt and keep your promise. For your great love, I beg you to forgive the wickedness of these people, just as you have been forgiving them since they left Egypt. You ask me to forgive them, and I will forgive them, God said. All those who saw my glory and wonders in Egypt and in the desert, all of those who disobeyed me and put me to the test several times, will never see the land that I promised to give their fathers. None of them who despised me will ever see it. Instead, my servants Joshua and Caleb, who have shown a different attitude and have been faithful to me, they will see the land they explored, and their descendants will inherit it. God left a message for Moses and Aaron to tell the Israelites. And Moses said to the people, God says, what you wished for will be fulfilled. All of you will die in the desert. None of those who are over the age of 20, who murmured against God, will be able to enter the land that he promised them. Only Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, son of Nun, will enter. The children that you said would be spoils of war will also enter the land. And they will be the ones to enjoy the land that you rejected. Your corpses will be left lying in the desert. You will wander for 40 years until the last of you falls.
40 years?
The spies spent 40 days exploring Canaan, so you will suffer a year for each day. 40 years they will carry their wickedness on their backs, and thus they will know what it is to have God as an enemy. When the people heard this, they all wept bitterly. They repented. However, it was too late. God had already made a decision. The next morning, despite God's punishment, a group of soldiers decided that since the promised land was so close, they would go and fight the Canaanites anyway. Among them, they said, let's go up to the place that God has promised us, because we recognize that we have sinned. But Moses told them, why have you disobeyed God's orders again? This is not going to work for you. If you go there, your enemies will defeat you, because God is not with you. You will have to face the Amalekites and the Canaanites. They will kill you with the edge of their swords. Since you have turned away from the Lord, he will not help you.
Blah, 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 blah.
However, they did not listen to Moses. The Amalekites and Canaanites who lived in that area came down. Fought against the Israelites and easily defeated them. God could have brought the Israelites to the promised land in less than a year, but because of their rebellion, they would all have to wander the desert for 40 years.
Comment and subscribe below. Follow us on our social networks.